let's talk about trends we've been seeing in the past week with Professor Dale Fisher, Senior Consultant at NUH's Division of Infectious Diseases. Welcome back to the show, Professor. So, locally transmitted cases in the hundreds again since August the 24th, and this comes after downward trending numbers since July the 30th. Plus, new clusters are popping up with double, triple-digit cases. So, to what extent is the rise owed to the easing of measures?
Thanks, Olivia. It's absolutely associated with the easing of measures, and it's something we have to get used to. It's something we have to get, I guess, desensitized to. We've been so concerned up till now that case numbers mean more case numbers, and if there's more case numbers, there's more people going to hospital, more sickness, risk of death, this sort of thing. But now that we've got so many people vaccinated, this is exactly the strategy. You have to be a bit more thick-skinned, I guess, when it comes to seeing the case numbers, because they will go up. This is inevitable because we're easing the restrictions. But the theory and the expectation is that the vaccine will now protect us, and that's what we're seeing overseas and indeed in Singapore, that vaccinated people are by and large very safe from serious illness. So the case numbers are going to continue to matter less.
Well, on the topic of vaccines and vaccinations, for 5 days between August the 20th and the 24th, the number of people who have received both vaccine doses plateaued at 78%, and finally they ticked up to 79% as at 2 days ago, August the 25th. So, Professor, what might account for such a plateau?
So let's just look at the number a little bit more. So remember that this is the percentage of the total population. Now, if you factor in the under 12s, that's about 10% of the population. So actually 78, 79% is actually closer to 90%. And in fact, of all the population apart from the under the 12s or the under 12s, their rate is between 83 and 89%. So actually, I think you're going to see it plateau because basically we're running out of people to vaccinate, which is a good thing. If you look at the number of people that have had at least one jab, they're just about all over 90% of the eligible population. So that's where we'll be in 3 or 4 weeks. This will go up another sort of 5 or 10% over the next 3 or 4 weeks, and then that number that you're talking about, that 80-something%, it's mostly the children under 12 that obviously aren't eligible yet for vaccination.
Right. Well, at least, we still have one of the world's highest vaccination rates. But, Professor, what's the possibility of the increase in local cases hindering the government's border reopening commitments?
Well, you say border opening commitments. Let me just say, I'm certainly not alone, that the social and the economic impact of the restrictions is not small. Let's think about birthdays, weddings, religious, cultural events, the MICE events, even quarantining people so that they can't work, the impediment to travel. These have all got a huge bearing on our life, and everybody wants to see these removed. So now that we've got such a good level of vaccination, we can start easing these. The only reason to stop easing the restrictions would be if we just said the vaccine's not doing what we thought it would do. Actually, there's people still getting sick, so we might have to go backwards. We really don't expect that to happen. And the other thing is if just even the small number of unvaccinated people are getting sick and overwhelming the hospitals, then we might have to backtrack a little bit. But I really think the government's strategy is to take this really quite slowly so that we can gauge the impact of easing restrictions. We can moderate as needed, but as long as things are going according to plan, there'll be this graduated, stepwise undoing of all the restrictions and approach towards getting back to normal as much as we can.